And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Minecraft. All right, we need to jump into integrated dynamics here. I already did the @integrated here to pull up all the integrated dynamics. Now, doesn't look like there's a whole lot in this mod, but this mod has capabilities of doing some great things. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting thing. First things first, though, we need some patterns. So this is why I wanted all of that mineral stuff going first, because we need the patterns in here. We need a lot of patterns. So there is I'm going to turn off or dictionary just as a precaution. So we're going to need a variable store. We are going to need we are going to need inventory reader. Ooh, see, we have the readers, but we need the little weird looking card things. Input variable transporter, output variable transporter. Those things we need, which means we need variables. So there's some variables. So this is similar to, like, how do I put this? This is like programming, only without ever having to program. You can do pretty powerful things in this mod, and you don't ever have to write a line of code. You just kind of have to know how to flow the program. Okay, now that those are all in, let's actually try to get a variable store. Or did I already have that? @integrated. Okay, so the variable store is in. Oh yeah, it was these writers and readers. Okay, so we need an inventory reader. We need a redstone writer. Bingo. We need the cable, logic cable. And let's see what else we may need. Proxy materializer. Expose a variable reference as an aspect. I'm not really, we're not going to get into that complex stuff right now. And let's see, a delayer. Oh, that's cool. Mineral torch, that's nothing special. Wrench, oh yeah, we're going to need a labeler. We don't need a thing for that, so I'm just gonna make one of those for myself. We need a logic programmer, and let's see, we're gonna have a logic programmer here. Oh, I need a crafting table. Let's get like 64 of these. Ooh, crafting table. Does that allow using substitutions? Really, I don't have any wood. Wow. I'm gonna need to get a sawmill going here soon. Okay, so logic programmer, and then again to make it portable. So this one you can just have in your hand and right click it, which is really cool. So let's get the other patterns in the system here. Then there are a lot of other readers and writers that you can do, a lot of them, and I just wanna get into this mod a little bit. We're just gonna gracefully tickle into this mod here. So I would like some cables. There we go. I need an inventory reader. Bingo. I need some variable cards. I don't need many, so I'm going to put like half of these back. I need a redstone writer. I need a variable store. And I need a battery. And I need that battery to be charged, so please charge that up. And bingo, battery is charged. Now, unless the new update has radically changed this, the batteries it doesn't actually consume any power. So it's kind of cool. So I would like a trash can, and I need a servo, and I need an item duct. An impulse item duct would be best. Let's get a couple of these. Give ourselves some space. Okay. Over yonder to crateness. Now, I would like to set this up against the building a little bit. You know, granted, we're going to be building here, but this little gap here, we don't really have much to do with. So I'm going to put a trash can there. I'm going to put a servo here on whitelist, and it is already on high redstone control. So it will only blink, or it will only be active on a high redstone, which is why we have the redstone writer. Okay, so first things first, we want an inventory reader. Boink. We want the redstone writer. Boink. And we want a couple cables to connect those two. So those are now connected. Well, they don't do much. We need to put a variable store in there. Like I said, this is a very simple system. So that's the variable store. Now we need a way to power it. And you guessed it, that's the battery. And again, the battery, as far as I know, doesn't actually drain power while it's doing its thing. So how does this work? Well, the other thing, before I get too deep into that, I think something that will help ease the way is one more pattern. And that is the panel. There it is. Display panel. Right here. Oh, what am I missing here? Static light panel, of course. So let me drop one of those in. Display panel. These will help visualize sort of the flow of the program. So I want not a static light panel. I want a couple of these display panels. Okay. Let's get back to it. So I whitelisted on this servo, and I'm going to whitelist the mineral saplings. Basically want to whitelist whatever you want to trash. Okay? So first things first, we need some variables in here, and we need them to communicate with one another. So if you right click on the inventory reader, you get a whole lot of items. Now these are basically variables that you can use. So inventory full, well, that's a Boolean, true or false. Inventory empty, inventory not empty is true, or is inventory, which is true, obviously. Inventory count is how many things are in there. So there's 3,700 saplings in there right now. There's 117 slots. There's 59 of them filled. There's your fill ratio. And here's items. Now, items is a list. Your fill ratio is a double, which is basically a floating point number. Items is a list. So if we put a variable card in there, it will basically give me that list. And it doesn't copy. Let me explain this. It doesn't copy what's in there. It is pointing to this block saying anytime this changes, this variable changes. So this list is always what's in there. It's not a freeze frame, oh, what's in there right now. It is always going to change. It's always going to update itself. So I want to actually label this. This is inventory, like that. So now it's just called inventory. It's a little easier to manage when you have complex things to have this labeler, and it'll be even better soon enough. Okay, so now that we have that inventory, what can we do with that inventory? Well, we need to decide what we want to compare against. So we need an item, and it needs to be the mineral sapling, and that needs to be a variable. So now this variable card is the mineral sapling. It's saying, oh, this is it's basically like a constant. It's always going to be the mineral sapling. Always, always, always. And then because we have the labeler down here, we can actually item to compare. Now it's item to compare. So we can actually change this around with different items later on. So we are done with that sapling now. The other thing we're going to want is how many saplings do we want in here as a max? Like once it's over this number, we want to get rid of them. Well, I just pick a stack, so just 64 is a good one. So that is an integer. This is just a whole number, and this is max to hold. Just like you were programming. These are just variables that you're sort of programming in logic. So we've got the inventory list, we've got the item to compare, which is the mineral sapling, and the max number of items to hold. Okay, so how do we get how many saplings are in here? Well, if you do a search for count, there is an item list count, which inputs a list and an item and outputs an integer. So I want to put the list in here. I want to put the item, which is the mineral sapling, over here. The green arrow says, "Oh, this is a good thing. Those are proper variables." And I want to put that in here. So this variable is the count of item. Bingo. Count of item. Beautiful, huh? So this is a number now. This is an actual number. Do I have those panels? Let me toss those panels. I'm going to put one here. You can actually put variables in here. Now, if you put count of item in, it's going to give you an X because it doesn't see all of these other variables. You have to put those in the variable store in order to actually get any output. So there's 3,822 mineral saplings in there right now. So that is how many we have. Now, let me grab my integer. And so this is an integer, and this is an integer. We need another, an operator. We need to know when the count of item is greater than our max to hold. So count of item greater than max to hold. This is a Boolean, true or false. So this is item greater than 64, or item greater than count. Bingo. So that is a Boolean, true or false. I actually want two of these. And I know they're both named the same, but it doesn't really, I've never run into any problems. So we need the count of item. So here's your inventory. Here's the item to compare. Well, here's the count of that item, which compares it to 64. One of those goes in here. So it is saying, yes, there are indeed more than 64 saplings in here. Well, we're going to put the copy of that, so greater than item greater than count, we're going to put that into this first redstone writer item, which takes a Boolean, true or false, and will output a redstone signal if it's true. The other one is an integer, which basically allows you to output a certain redstone signal. Basically, oh, if you're going to do an integer, it's going to be 9. Well, it's going to output 9 as your redstone signal. Redstone pulses, these will pulse once it changes. So if it goes from false to true, it'll pulse once, and that'll be it. It has to go from true to false in order for it to pulse again. We don't want that. We want just this one here, which is true, which starts pulling your saplings out, and it will pull them out until you're down to this last sapling here. So let's watch as it goes. So this is a way to automate any farm that you have and just keep a little bit of an item that you may need in the box. And stop. As you can see, it stopped. That is false. It did not pull that last stack of saplings. Now, when it processes that tree, it'll probably throw, a couple saplings in here. So there's 64. It filled this up. Any more saplings that come in will automatically get voided in the trash can. So that system right there is done. It is good to go. It will sit and monitor that crate and automatically keep just one stack of saplings in, which is really nice. It's a really good, and again, the battery just doesn't use any power. So that is like a really basic but thorough show of what this mod is capable of. So just basically 4 blocks automating this whole process. You can see how it switches false to true and it pulls that out. It works so well. I love it. Works so well. How are we doing on sugarcane? All right, we're up to 900. Excellent. I'm sure we have... Yeah, see, we got lots of mineral wood. We don't really need any more mineral wood. Good times, though. So yeah, I hope everybody understood that. Again, the reason I copied that variable is just so I could have the screen out here. And you can have the screen for basically, any of the variables. You could have a whole wall of them to sort of track the logic of some sort of complex process if you so choose. So yeah, you can use the display panels. They work really great because it really shows when you've got errors in your logic. And then the portable logic, there's a ton of stuff in here. There is a metric ton of stuff that you can do in here. Most of these are, most programmers will understand a lot of these. And then there's a whole lot, that is based around forge. You can burn time, can burn, can smelt. Has inventory, inventory size, plant type, just so many things that you can do. I love the is child, can breed, is in love, can breed with. I honestly don't know how those would work. But there are lots and lots of readers, audio, block, entity. Some of these I haven't really seen a whole lot of, but like a machine reader can read lots and lots of information about machines. The world reader is cool because it can detect a lot of things related to the world, like if it's raining or if it's thundering or how long until the next rain. It can actually tell you how many ticks you have until it starts raining again, which is crazy. And then the writers, write stuff out to the world. So audio writer, well, that outputs audio. An effect, just outputs particles. So you can make little display systems where particles just are generated. Some of these are not really working because not sure how they would do it. But you know, inventory writer, redstone writer, some of these work pretty well. So I'm pretty happy with the mod, and you know how straightforward it is. So I hope that helped everybody. Let me know in the comments or in Discord if you didn't understand a certain aspect of that. You know, give the video a second watch, see if that helps a little bit. But you know, I can obviously set up more systems like this with other processes. I could even integrate it into my AE system to, you know, only output wood when I need it. So that's something I can do too. But play around with that, get familiar with that in your world, build one of these, and see if you understand it a little bit more, and tinker around with it. But that'll have to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.